Oh. Oh. Hey guys, it's Jen and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing with the Flesh Stick Foundation that I picked up from my Ulta haul recently. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it above here somewhere so you can go ahead and check it out. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time unboxing that and sharing the things that I bought with you, which will be also coming up in later videos. So go check it out. It was actually pretty funny, and stick around for the bloopers at the end because, you know, I'm a dork and it's hilarious. Okay, so today we're gonna be trying out this foundation and I got it in the shade Custard. Let's swatch it. This is Custard. I can only imagine how this is gonna go. It is pretty light. So it might be a bit of a challenge. So let me tell you a little bit about this foundation. It comes in 28 shades. It is a stick foundation, clearly. It's a dewy finish, minimum coverage. Minimum coverage. Oh God, I hope not. It says medium coverage. Best for all skin types. True color shades. I think I just picked the wrong shade. No ashy finish to dark shades. Creamy blendable formula, fragrance-free, no parabens or talc. And I also am going to be trying this super squishy e.l.f. sponge today. We're gonna go ahead and try out this foundation today. We're gonna see how it works. I'm not 100% sure. Odds are I'm gonna have to bronze the hell out of my face to make it look right. Otherwise, I'm gonna be kind of like Casper's ghost. So hair is up and we're ready to get started. I've got my little e.l.f. sponge. I've got my foundation. Let's see what happens. So this I got for $9 and you really don't get a whole lot of product in here. It's kind of on the small side, but we're gonna try this out. Okay, here we go. Oh. Oh. All right, let's just go for it. Clearly too light, that's fine. It feels, oh gosh, I don't like how it feels. What's up? Let me get my Sigma blending brush here and we're gonna just try and blend this in and see what happens. Okay. This foundation does not blend easily. It's got like a grip to it. It doesn't want to blend into my skin. Seriously? It's like, how can I describe this? Look at how it's dragging on my skin as I'm trying to blend it. This is not easy to play with.
2 hours later.
I look hideous. This is where we're at currently, and let me go ahead and use my concealer and see if I can fix this so I don't look so dead. My concealer is darker than my foundation. Let's try this little sponge. Oh, I like the sponge. That's nice. It gets right up in the corners of your eyes, those hard to reach places. Wow, this is actually pretty freaking cool. Oh, I like this. It's super soft, super smushy. I don't know if that's a good way to describe it, but it's the only way I can think of. And now my eyes are darker than my face, so e.l.f. Well, where are you? Okay, here we go. Let's add a little e.l.f. to brighten things up, because right now I look hideous. This is not a good look. Let me just add a little bit of e.l.f. to this and see if I can't fix this. I don't know, it's not going good. Let's just, okay, that's better. Oh gosh, I look just so... You know what it looks like? It looks like my skin has like a chalky powder over it. That's what it looks like. It looks like I just took like a chalky powder and just powdered up my face. We're gonna have this on for a while and see how it goes, but let me just go ahead and bronze it up. get my face looking as normal as I can. We'll just carry on with basically gripping my bronzer and causing it to patch up in certain areas of my face, so that is not good. Charlotte Tilbury, let's put a little of this on, see if I can just add a little more something. I like the sponge so far. I like that. So let's just add a little more luminosity back into my face. At the tone, the time will be 11:11. Face is basically on. I don't know that I can do much more with this except add bronzer all over my face, which is going to defeat the purpose of trying this foundation. So I'm pretty much stuck with this for the rest of the day and hoping that it will continue to warm up to my skin and start looking a little bit better. But I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm working with here. Where it's just like laying on top of my skin. It's not melting into the skin at all. It's just kind of sitting on top of it. I don't look. Okay, so like I said, it's just after 11 and I'm going to be wearing this foundation throughout the day. I'm hoping for the best. So I will be checking in with you guys and letting you know how things are going with this foundation, but currently I can honestly say it's not one of my favorites. You know, maybe things will change. Sometimes you have to try products a few times in order to get a real idea of how you feel about them, but currently not my favorite. Even if it matched my skin tone, I don't know that I would recommend this foundation to you guys, but like I said, I'm gonna wear it for the day. We're gonna see how it goes, check in at the end of the day, and fingers crossed. I don't know. So I will be back and we'll chat. We'll see what happens to my face. Okay, so I just wanted to hop back on and check in with you guys. I've had this on, oh God, it hasn't even been that long. Feels like it's been forever. So it's 1:34 right now. We started this at about 11:11. Let's say 11:11. I mean, what can I say after just a couple of hours? Quite a few things, actually. How can I describe how this feels when putting it on? It dries down, it stays tacky. Like, it still feels tacky on my skin, and it's been on for at least a couple hours now. You would think it would dry down, but it's got that oil base kind of texture to it. As you're trying to blend it, it starts to drag and skip on the face as it's doing here on my hand. It's just the weirdest consistency. It's still basically just laying on top of my skin. There's nothing really flesh about it. In fact, I feel almost plastic. Not only do I look like Casper's clone because it's the wrong shade, and that's my bad, but it's just sitting on top of my skin, and my skin is looking really textured. As far as wrinkles go, I have wrinkles. I think they pretty much show up with almost every foundation I use, but so far into it, hour 2, this foundation is not doing my skin any favors at all, which, you know. And I'm gonna be stuck with it all day because I'm doing a wear test. I thought after a while it would warm up to my skin. I mean, it's been a couple hours. You'd think that it would, you know, start melding and meshing and doing that whole deal, but it's not. Currently, I'm not feeling it, but still got a little bit to go before I make my final thoughts. I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know how it's going. And if you're wondering why I have my rainbow eye look going right now, that video will probably be up before this one, so that'll answer the question. Go ahead and check out that video because it's actually pretty cool. So that's why, you know, so I've got a rainbow eye look. I love the eye look. So far, I despise the foundation. I mean, so far, probably not going to get any better. I don't know if it's going to improve as the day goes on. I'm going to keep wearing it. Going to do a final check-in you know, some hours from now. Perhaps I'm saving you guys some money or heartache. That's the whole point. So I think I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm gonna hop off. Gonna go on about my day. Hope that this improves. But if it doesn't, there's always soap and water. Okay, guys, and we are back, and it is 5:55. We started our foundation journey at 11:11, so I feel like I've had this on long enough. Okay, so we've reached our moment here. So it's been on roughly 7 hours, and I have some thoughts. So first off, let's start with the e.l.f. sponge. Now this retails for $5. I think it's a great sponge. It's super squishy, and I like the pointed tip because it really helps get the concealer into the corners of your eyes that are usually difficult to reach. So sponge is definitely a win for me. I like that a great deal. e.l.f. is just killing it. Their products are just getting better and better as they go along. So I really enjoy a lot of their stuff, and the sponge will be added to some of the things that I enjoy from e.l.f. Next, let's talk about Flesh. Let's chat about this for a minute. What I can say pro-wise is, well, it's a foundation. It's definitely that. It's not uncomfortable, but I know it's there. So that's the best way I can describe of how it feels on my face. It's not drying, it's not tight feeling, it's just, I'm aware of it. It doesn't dry down completely. Even though I don't set my entire face, I have many foundations that dry down to a more natural powdery finish, so it doesn't keep that sticky, tacky kind of feeling. And again, it's been on for pretty much 7 hours now. When I swatched this on the back of my hand and I went to wash my hand, it turned into almost like a putty and was really difficult to remove. So I can only imagine how much fun it's going to be to get this off my face. So I think that's a con. I don't know. Or maybe it's a pro. If you like foundation that has some real staying power, this is your girl. I don't know how it behaves on oily skin. I can say for my skin, once it's on and blended in, it definitely stays put. It hasn't changed much from when I first applied it, and I've been keeping myself busy around the house for the past 7 hours. My skin looks, although it has some luminosity to it, it looks a little more textured than it normally does. It's definitely not my shade, but even if it were, this wouldn't be a foundation that I would gravitate toward because it has difficulty blending. The formula is just not something that I would want to reach for on a regular basis. I think that it's the kind of foundation that you have to really work for in order to make it look decent on your skin, and most of us don't have time for that or don't want to be bothered with that. This foundation is not one that I would recommend to you guys, honestly. Even at $9, I don't think that it's worth it, simply because it's not going to do your skin any favors, especially if you're a grown girl. It's going to show your wrinkles, it's going to bring texture, it just doesn't look nice on the skin. There's nothing flesh about it. In fact, like I said earlier, I feel like it's even kind of plasticky looking on my skin. So not my favorite foundation. Yeah, I want to say something nice about it. I'm glad it was only $9. You know, I don't know. I don't have a lot of pros on this one. I'm just going to tell you guys honestly how I feel. I want you to be aware that if you're thinking about purchasing this foundation, maybe pass. One that I would definitely recommend over this one if you want something that's inexpensive, this Fit Me foundation is going to take care of your face every time, whether it's the matte or the dewy foundation formula. This is an amazing foundation for a very, very inexpensive price. So this is definitely a keeper. This Flesh foundation is a tosser. I mean, I just can't even, It was just bad. So, and I'm really looking forward to washing this off my face. So I feel like 7 hours is long enough to have it on. I need to get this makeup off my face. It's just not looking good. I keep looking in the mirror and it's kind of like, oh no, it's not good. That's not good. So anyway, guys, that is the way I feel about the Flesh foundation. I am glad that I got to try it. I was curious about it. I gave it a shot. it just doesn't work for me, you know? Not every makeup brand I come across is gonna work for me, and that's totally okay. But if anything, I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. So if you were thinking about buying it off the Ulta website, maybe just go ahead and purchase the Fit Me foundation instead. I think you'll be a lot happier with that one. So you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. I truly appreciate you, and I hope you all are having a beautiful day. Thanks. Bye.